Hi there, friends. Today, this look that we've started on this side, no eyeliner and stuff yet, but I was testing out the shades on the gorgeous Glamlite Pizza Palette, which very excitingly, you can use code FORESTEMO on it, all one word, FORESTEMO, for 15% off this gorgeous, ginormous palette and anything else on the Glamlite website now, including this awesome eyeliner they sent me that is called Calligrapher and looks like a little pen for writing. And you could set it up like this because it's got a flat base. So that's super cute. They just sent me that with the package, which I very much appreciate. I actually did buy this myself, so they're not like sponsoring this or anything. But I pre-ordered this and I'm so excited. I obviously tested it and we're gonna show you how I did this. And we're also eating some very delicious bacon stuffed crust pizza from DiGiorno's. Also not sponsored, but hit me up, DiGiorno's. Very good. Let's get started. So the first thing I'm doing is taking this skinny round brush and putting it in shade Garlic, this very similar to my skin tone color. And I'm putting that in my upper, like under my eyebrow area. Making sure I've got plenty there so that it's a warmer look because I have kind of a neutral skin tone and it doesn't quite balance out with all these warmer colors. So we're starting with that. And then we're taking this very tiny, cute little brush that is sort of rounded. And you can see I already dunked it in it. But we're going to start with bacon and just get the end of the brush. And we're lining underneath our eyes with that. It's very red. You can see I kind of already lost some of that color on this side because I was messing around when I did this and decided I liked it. So we're going to take that up to the corner, almost to the corner, not quite. And then we're going to take shade Meatballs and that corner, and we're going to go almost on top of what we just did, but not quite to the ends. So it's really just giving it a softer look for a dark color. And we're going to take that extra and blend it up here, like so. Now, we are going to take the wonderful shade Pepperoni on this really chunky Elizabeth Mott blending brush. It's very big. And dunk that in this very red color. Pepperoni, really a beautiful red. I've been looking everywhere for a very pigmented red that wouldn't be like irritating or anything either. And I can't vouch for everyone, but this one doesn't irritate my eyes. So I would recommend it to most. I'm really mostly aiming for the crease, but because I picked such a big brush, it is kind of blending out, but that's sort of what I want. So that's the goal. It's quite all right if it blends out. And I'm gonna take this smaller e.l.f. eye crease brush. It's sort of just like a smaller version of the other one. And we're dunking that in a little bit of Meatballs first and spreading that out. And it's still got a little bit of black on there, which is what we're gonna get to in a minute. I'm actually gonna wipe it off so we don't skip a step here in trying to do this. And then I'm gonna dunk it in marinara. Ooh, dunk it in marinara sauce like a breadstick. Yeah. So we're doing that. And blending that into the edge here, into our crease. Just blending that right across here. Hopefully you guys are close up enough to see what I'm doing. But really making sure it's blended up and over and mixed with this right here. And it's okay if we've got some spillage here, because it's red, it happens. We can clean it up after. The big pow in your face moment is happening when we get just a tiny dot of that black olives on here. And putting that right in the crease. We have made severely smoky eye, just like brick oven colored eyes up in here. We are in the pizzeria right now. It is on our face. I'm still going to take that shade that had garlic on it and use it to soften out what I just did, because it's a lot, but it's a good a lot. And I'm even going to take my finger and like swipe it to get any extra, because these are so pigmented. And then we're going to take this little angled die right here. Still not brown. This is just from like Rite Aid or something, some drugstore. And we're dipping it in ham and getting the edge there so that we can do our inner crease with this and blend it out onto the eyelid a little bit. Not too much ham on here, but just a little, just to kind of soften up what we've done. And we can add a little more over here. Getting very feisty. And I'm even going to use it to, again, soften up this a little bit. And we're going to make sure that all of that black is blended out the same as the other side, like so. And then we are going to take our beloved pineapple, very controversial, this gold shade, and I'm actually going to use my finger for this and get a really good amount of it. And that is what's going to add this fiery glow we've got going on here. I'm going to go across the lid and blend it in with my finger as well. It's very fun. And I still have some on my finger. So I'm going to take that up to the middle and sort of like a reflection. It's going to go across the top, like so. And here we have our base for both of these, I think. This is a little messy. We're going to go ahead and clean that up with some concealer. I'm using this Maybelline Age Rewind and hopefully a clean brush. This won't work, it's just a round one. Taking this sponge right here, getting it nice and moist with the concealer, nice and damp. I don't know what word we're cool with. And going underneath to really make sure this is clean. Doing that on both sides. And if it starts to blend and make it a little dark, we're just going to wipe away the extra. Here we have this, very dramatic. And don't forget to make sure this is all clean and soft at the very top. I just think it looks better. We're going to go in with actually this calligraphy eyeliner, just so we can see how good this works, and draw a thin, hopefully, wing right from the inner corner and across, getting really onto the lash line. And a thin wing, not past all the shadow. I don't know when I say a thin wing, there's a good chance it's not going to end up being thin, because that's how I manage to do everything. So this is pretty heavy looking actually, but it kind of works. This eyeliner is so good for these thick lines actually. And we're gonna drag this one out like the other one. Very dramatic. Very dramatic. Honestly, like, I would never draw my eyeliner this thick, but I feel like it really just is like a look right now. I don't know. I'm feeling it. I feel like it's not quite even at all. It's not. But here we're just giving two different options, really. Actually, this is a good time to show a hack that I like to do when my wings are not even at all. I take a Physicians Formula regular pencil and I go over the top of the line, literally on top of the eyeliner, and it totally evens it out. And it just gives it like this extra line of like blend between the shadow and the liner. I'll go right on top of the edge here. I'll go about halfway to my eye. We'll go all the way out and like cover up the wing almost. And drag it out and just soften up that eyeliner edge with your finger. And she is almost a new look. Now, with all of my looks, I always go in with the white liner to open up my eyes. Now, we are gonna do the mascara here, and then we're gonna get on with the blush and highlight because I have another thing I'm gonna do to add to this look. And I'm using the Superhero It mascara. And I have fairly long eyelashes, they're just a light color. So I don't ever wear fake eyelashes, but honestly, I feel like fake eyelashes would be pretty good with this look. So I welcome someone to do this with some fake lashes. I always want to stick out my tongue when I do my mascara. I feel like I'm the only person who does that. Very dramatic look. This is not an everyday look for me. For some people, it could be though. You do you. Looks very sassy. Very sassy. I feel sassier just wearing it. Next, I am gonna go in with my blush first. Actually, I'm gonna go in with my Model Co blush in this lovely warm shade. And because I'm so pale, I kind of use it all around. So of course, I start with my cheeks, and I'm gonna get the eyeliner off my cheek first. Oops. And then I start with my cheek back in my hairline. And for this look, I want some really rosy ones. So she's severe. And I do a little on my nose just to keep the rosiness. And I get just a little, and I put it up in my hair here, kind of. And blend it out as a little bit of a contour. Let's fix the baby hairs that I've got going on and make sure this is really blended out. And I get a little down my neck on the edges here. She's very rosy, very red looking, a little bit burnt, like the top of the pizza. That's what we wanted. Take my Essence Hollow Wow palette. It says it's an eye and base palette. I always use it for highlights. It's got this great base you can put underneath to make your highlight really pop. And we're gonna go ahead and do that. I get a little on my nose. I don't really go too wild with the highlight because I'm pretty pale. And we're gonna use this yellowy white highlighter. It's okay if I get a little green in there too, honestly. That's fine. She's glitzy. She's glamorous. She's got hair that's frizzy. So you could kind of call it good here, but because this is very pizza themed, I wanted to do something extra. And I made this little stencil from the edge of a notebook page for that checkered pattern. And I'm gonna lay it right across my highlight. So all of it is right here, sort of like a vinyl, like a nail vinyl, I guess. And I'm gonna take this little round brush that is stained red and pink, and I'm dipping it in pepperoni, and I'm putting it right on these squares. I'm gonna use 4 of the squares. I feel like that's a good amount. Making sure they're each very tight on my face before I do this. It looks kind of ridiculous right now, but I assure you, it'll be cool. When we lift that off and we have this checkered look, and now I'm going to take this clean edge and I'm going to do the opposite end. And we're doing 4 squares again, so it goes right up to my hair, actually. I should have made sure my hair was out of the way. But wow. That's pretty spunky. That's honestly really cute, though. Like, real talk, very cute. And yeah, it's a look. I love that we're matching this aesthetic right now. Like, it's honestly so fun. Okay, and now my lips are done with the Ciate London Liquid Velvet in the shade Pin Up. I love this. You can see that clean checkerboard. Could also do that with like a lip, but I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out, so I did it with eyeshadow to be safe. And you can see all this color is built up really nicely. I'm really a big fan of this pizza palette. I honestly have to rate it like 10 out of 10. It's perfect. I'm such a big fan of it. So if you want to get this palette or any of Glamlite's other palettes, this is my reminder that you can use my code ForestNemo for 15% off your entire purchase from them. And I highly recommend you get this because it's great. And I myself am a little tempted to get a couple more of their palettes because the formula is really good. It feels really nice. It's not heavy or anything at all. And it's so pigmented that I just can't get over it. I can't get over how gorgeous it is. It just makes me want to do a dramatic look sassy, and big eyeliner with it. And I'm such a big fan. And hopefully you guys are too of this palette and this look. And if you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up and like this video and subscribe to see maybe more makeup, maybe more crafts, definitely more games. I do a little of everything, costumes, anything. So if you're the creative type, then hopefully you will like my channel. And I hope to see you guys again soon. Bye.